Michael Bertera of Bertera Investigations and Bridget Dempsey Bertera of Dempsey Forensic Investigations. Both have extensive training, background, and experience in both ordinary investigations that are used by police to the FBI to CIA and on into the paranormal, looking at haunted houses, haunted other buildings, etc. It's very exciting to be with both of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Now, I understand, Michael, that you have designed a training manual that is used throughout the United States by police, by paramedics, by all first responders.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct. It's called Protection Against a Hostile Environment series, and it is designed, basically, it was designed 3 weeks before the attacks of 9/11. And it was done originally for the Federal Protection Service to protect the federal buildings, and from there it went on. And when the attacks became a war situation, Congress had to find my training. They used my training for being used as the aspects for other agencies in the future and currently.
Wow, that's amazing. So thank you for creating that manual for all of us so that we can all feel a little safer.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Now, I understand that also, Bridget, you're a medium,
Yes,
correct?
I am. Yes.
Wow. And so what I see is this amazing blend of both the physical ordinary investigations that you have, all that training and background, as well as being able to look into the other realms of the world, into other dimensions. What is it like in bringing those two together? How do you go about doing that?
Well, we put together as a team. I do a lot of the book work, and she uses the aspects of a medium, and we assist law enforcement as well as individuals that run into an issue and a series and problems.
Wow.
And we help to resolve them.
That's really amazing work to be able to do that. Now, the process of doing so, I imagine, I'm thinking of when I'm looking at the various television shows of ghost investigations, but I understand that you'd have a different approach than that.
We do.
What is that?
We do. Well, a lot of our investigations start out as normal investigations, asset recovery, missing persons, a wide variety. And we find out they have deeper problems. And sometimes they'll say, oh, I've been having these other issues. Would you come out and investigate?
What kind of other issues do they talk about?
We've had haunted houses, and they want to use the intuitive part for their missing person.
Wow.
So we've gone out in the field and gone out in the woods and looking for people with dogs even. We've gone all sorts of different places, houses. It's been a lot of interesting places and people we've met.
Wow. So when you're doing your investigations, what are some of the first steps you do?
Well, we do research first to know what we're getting into, to who we're working with, what we're getting into. And then we use equipment. We have equipment to measure what they're saying, like EMF meters and
An EMF, electromagnetic radiation meter.
field, right.
Okay.
Right. And we have all sorts of different meters. I mean, we have, yes, so
wow.
things that measure the humidity in the air, things that measure all sorts of different things. So,
and once you've done your these investigations, so you're determining what's causing the problem, all of that. Where do you go from there in treating or dealing with these issues?
well, we look for also news articles and we also research the property itself, the people that have owned the places, if they're having problems, to see if we can find any kind of history. We don't work backward like they do on TV because we're not the entertainment aspect of that at that point. So there's a different way of doing investigations. So you want to make sure you have all your facts before we start to look at what we can't figure out and see if we can figure it out and see if we can give resolution to what's going on.
Well, that's so much more, that's very heartening, since when I watch these other ghost investigations, it's like, they just seem to create more and more drama sometimes rather than working to solve the problem that the person was originally having.
Right.
That's so important. Is there any investigation in particular that is a highlight for you?
Well, we've had a number of them. Missing persons have a lot of times people have a difficult time in locating, especially in law enforcement aspects, trying to locate individuals that they're missing. sometimes it could be very easily located by doing our research and aspects that sometimes they don't have the manpower and the time to do, as well as with our intuitiveness and aspects that we have to throw into this. It really helps us to, from this point, to maybe even tie into the individual themselves that are missing and provide the aspects of that, and they may even tell us where they're located or even where their body is located at that time.
Wow.
And that happens when you can deal with the aspects
of paranormal.
of paranormalness.
And so that's when
with
you'd be
us
listening
together.
in and talking with the spirit, perhaps, that has moved on.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So I do channel and I do mediumship. So one case in particular, we went out to Mendocino,
Right.
and it was a client we received through doing readings at one of the fairs, and we went out there, and when I started channel, we were working with dogs that were doing searching, and the dog actually tagged me as a dead body. And it upset the handler, and so it was quite entertaining. We realized then that maybe working with dogs in that particular situation may not be
The best.
as well. I love dogs, but I mean, it may not be with dogs who can sense death. It may not be the best avenue to use at that moment for us. We may maybe do those things separately.
Because you're a little connected to perhaps the dead energy there.
Apparently, I didn't know that I
Yes.
smelled like that, so I was sort of surprised.
It's fascinating that dogs could kind of tell that, maybe.
Yeah, it was very fascinating. So.
Well, this sounds like it's been a fascinating. It's a fascinating field that you're in, because you're going out in the field doing that kind of thing. You're talking with people that might have passed on, might be missing, just missing. When you have that information, how do you? What's it like to then find that person or to connect with that person when you're bringing that resolution in?
In another case, it's relieving. People don't necessarily believe. In other cases that we've worked, that one was not. That's still ongoing. That one case, but we've been with other cases where they have found the people, and I've been a help. It's more along the lines of one where I saw the different aspects of where the person was sitting, and when they had committed suicide and they were outside, and it's more amazing to people than it is anything else, because you can give the information about, oh, there's a white building with windows, and it's so far, and it's in this area, and they can look, and until they get there, it's really hard for them to believe that it's connected.
And then suddenly it is.
It is, right.
Wow. So if you have a problem with, either some private that needs a private investigator, or if you've got a house that has ghosts, or where you need some kind of attention in that area, these two are wonderful people to be going to. If they do have such a problem, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, you can contact us at our website at www.berterainvestigations.com, or write us at our P.O. Box 980772, West Sacramento, California 95798.
Great. Thank you so much for having us. Thanks so much for being here. It's been so great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.